today we're building this Campy Centaur derailleur, the 10-speed one. This also applies to the Veloce and the Xenon 10-speed. Some tools you're gonna need: a pick, some pliers, Allen keys, and a screwdriver. And now it's time to service the B-knuckle. First thing you want to do is loosen the screw all the way. This is just an adjuster. It's not like anything related to taking it apart. Just loosen it all the way so you don't see any of the teeth, and the screw is closest to the plastic part. And now you want to take off this clip. First you want to grab some pliers and kind of push it out like this. You can grab your pick and pull it off. It's gonna spring out, so be careful. And then there you go. All right, now for the pinnacle, just grab your pick and take off the clip. Be careful because it's gonna spring out. And just pull this tab towards you like this. There you go. You can also take off this little plastic seal. Mine doesn't really want to come off, so I'm not going to force it. And now we have everything all nice and taken apart. Now it's time to clean. For this, you can use some cleaner or degreaser. You can use brake cleaner or alcohol, maybe even acetone. And if you have any big chunky dirt, you can use a steel wire brush. And if you have rusty parts, you can use aluminum foil, or you can use vinegar to soak them in if they're really rusty. And just because I'm curious, there's this little flathead screw, and I'm going to take apart this little parallelogram part, just to see what's going on under there. You can take out the pin if you want. Just makes things a lot easier to clean, I guess. Now you can see the spring and stuff. You can feel which knuckles are moving not as smooth. This one's moving a lot smoother than this one. And also, make sure you don't lose your little washer. I only have one of these little bronze ones. You might have two. I think they go right here, so yeah. Okay, so I'm using this ultrasonic cleaner, and all I'm using is water and dish soap. All right, now it's time to assemble. One thing you're going to need for that is grease. I'm going to use some of this SRAM butter stuff. It's a higher end derailleur, and I also might use some of this park tool grease. Right, now first, we're going to just reassemble the parallelogram. For these pivots, just make sure they move nice and smooth. You can use some oil on them. Tri-Flow works. Just do not use WD-40. Yeah, just make sure they move nice and smooth. And now for this area, I just applied some SRAM butter, just a little bit with a pick. Then you got the little bronze bushing. You might have one back here. Yeah, just put a little bit of SRAM butter on there. And then shouldn't be too hard, and then just push it like this. SRAM butter also helps keep that bronze bushing stable. And then grab your pin, whatever it's called, put some grease on it, make sure the Loctite is still on there, or apply some new Loctite and slide it on. And you want to screw it in and just until it stops. Now for the pinnacle, I'm just going to use some of the SRAM butter grease. You want to grease it up the inside nice and good. Then grab your bolt and put some grease on there as well. Slide it in with a rotating motion like this. Grab your spring, doesn't matter which way it goes in, they're both the same, and find the hole, slide it in. Make sure it goes down like that. Now you want to push the bolt down a little bit like this. You want to insert your little spring retainer thing. As you can see, there's two holes. The left one is the tighter one, the right one is the looser one. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go with the looser one. And yeah. You want this tab to go all the way around behind here. So grab your pliers and twist it. And push down. push the bolt back through, and then have your clip on standby. Slide it on. Alright, now same thing for the binnacle. You just want to grease it up nice and good. You don't have to put too much grease inside the middle one because that just sticks out. Now you want to grab your spring. It does not matter which way it goes in. Both ends are the same. Find the little hole and make sure it engages. Right, now grab your cage. You want to grease up the inside and outside of the shaft. Then you want to grab your little adjuster and you want to put it in like this. I recommend right here on the loosest setting, just so it'd be easier to put the cage back on, and then you can just adjust it later. You want to make sure this little teeth engagement thing goes all the way to the bottom. You might have to rotate the screw a little bit, and then put some grease on the little plastic part. Make sure it's all nice and greased up, and put the spring into that bigger hole. Now your cage looks like this, and now you want to grab it and turn it counterclockwise all the way around until this stopper passes the pin. Push it down, and then you want to put on your washer and your clip. Make sure you push it all the way down, and then put on your clip. You want to maintain tension. You want to push all the way down, and you can use the little middle part to put on the clip. And in terms of the tension, it doesn't really matter where you put it. I would just say don't put it on the bottom, the least tension. It depends on, I don't know what you're going to use it for, so yeah, that's up to you. And for the clip, make sure there's a little bit of grease under the clip, because when the cage moves, the clip does not move, so you want to put some grease on there. All right, and now it's time for the pulleys. I don't know if you noticed, but they say lower and upper on them. This one is the lower one. And the bushings, the little bushings inside are also different. See, there's the thicker one, the one with the thicker line on it. One with the thicker line right here, that one goes on the lower bushing, and this one goes on the upper one, the one with the thin line. Now you want to grease up the inside. I just use a little bit of SRAM butter. Put on your thinner bushing for the upper one, the guide pulley. Rotate it in, and now you want to put on your little metal seals. Now you want to grease up your bolt and slide on your pulley. All right, now put on your lower pulley. Make sure it's tight. Make sure they spin nice and smooth. Make sure the bushing is like the thicker one. Then put on your barrel adjuster, your clamp bolt, and now you have yourself a fully rebuilt derailleur. So yeah, I really like this derailleur, especially like the bulky design of the binnacle and the adjuster at the bottom. Wish more derailleurs had that. You can just adjust the tension on the fly. Really good idea. So yeah, thanks to everyone who subbed. I'll be doing more Campagnolo videos in the future, and yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye.